In a world obsessed with what we eat, people are now asking a different question. What happens when we don't? What we call fasting. Fasting is usually associated with religions or rituals or guilt. It's been a symbol of devotion, pause, a sacrifice, often seen with traditions. Now let's take currently the month of Shraavan, a holy time in India, when many people fast, not because they have to, but because they want to do it out of respect. Fasting during Shravan becomes a habit, a tradition, even a celebration. But let's stop and ask ourselves, why do we really fast? If I simply said, don't eat today, everybody would question it. But if I said, let's do it as part of a sacred act, and suddenly it becomes discipline, it becomes a rhythm, faith transforms into habit. But what if fasting wasn't only about faith? What if it was about physiology, actually about giving the body a break and the mind a reset? Science today is discovering what tradition quietly upheld for generations, that not eating, when done right, can heal, repair, and even strengthen. It's not just about skipping meals, it's about understanding the incredible intelligence of the human body. So let me take you back to a story in 1991. I was completing my residency posting at Kama Hospital, which is near VT. I had chosen this post specifically because it was the only post during my residency where we were required to perform biochemistry tests. I wanted to learn biochemistry since it's the bread and butter test for most privately practicing pathologists. And for that, I was truly grateful to learn from the staff in that lab. At the end of that 6 month rotation, my co resident and I were expected to give a treat as a thank you gesture to the staff. The staff had only one condition: please make that treat on a Wednesday. I was puzzled and asked, why Wednesday? They smiled and said, because it's the only day besides Sunday when no one fasts. So no one misses the treat. Quite simple, huh? That moment actually stuck with me. Why does every day of the week have a deity or a restriction except Wednesday? India is a land where devotion and discipline go hand in hand. We give up food not because we are forced to, but because we choose to in reverence. Let me break that down for you. Every Mondays are dedicated to Lord Shiva. Somvar Vrat on Mondays is a common practice to seek his blessings. Devotees fast to fulfill wishes for peace, prosperity, and even for finding a suitable life partner. Tuesdays is dedicated to Lord Hanuman, who is a brahmachari and does not consume non vegetarian food or alcohol, so people also avoid them on Tuesdays. Tuesdays is also a day dedicated to Lord Ganpati. Some people also associate Tuesdays with the goddess Durga and Kali. Thursdays are dedicated to Lord Vishnu and Brihaspati. Many Vishnu devotees and those seeking good fortune avoid non vegetarian food on this day. Thursdays are also dedicated to Shirdi ke Sai Baba. Fridays are devoted to Santoshi Ma and Lakshmi. No sour food on these days, and largely women fast on these days. This day is also significant for Muslims. Saturdays, this is a day dedicated to Lord Shani or the Saturn. Many devotees abstain from non vegetarian food to appease the deity and to mitigate the side effects of Saturn. Sundays is dedicated to Surya Dev and a holy day for Christians. While some fast, others roast chicken. But Wednesday, why is it silent? Why is it forgotten? It actually is a free day, and it made me wonder, was this a coincidence or a design for balance? But let me come back to that later. Fasting for me is associated with religious overhang, but there are numerous physical and mental health, cultural, spiritual, and psychological benefits. Today, modern science calls it intermittent fasting. Studies show it helps in weight reduction, in regulation of your insulin, and cellular repair. Fortunately, our ancestors didn't need peer reviewed journals. They understood seasonal immunity shifts and a spiritual discipline. Even long periods of fasting that we undertake during different seasons in the year are, in my belief, due to the changing seasons and its impact on food. To overcome this change, fasting has been instituted to overcome changing food or grain availability as the seasons change. Let me talk to you specifically about the scientific impact of fasting, and let's take the example of Navratri. Navratri falls twice a year during the spring and autumn equinoxes, period of significant seasonal shifts. Scientifically, it is stated that Vasant, which is spring, and Sharad, which is autumn, are the exact time of the year when our bodies tend to have low immunity and are vulnerable to disease. Hence, it is important to maintain a balanced, light, and healthy diet. So, do you think fasting is only religious, or actually is it preventive medicine? Because fasting isn't unique to India alone. Almost every culture embraces it. It can last for just a few hours or even a few weeks, usually with practitioners eating at night. Interestingly, even within a religion, different denominations or sects may fast differently or at different times. Now, let's take the holy month of Ramadan, where Muslims fast from sunrise to sunset and end with deep reflection. In Christians, 40 days of abstaining during the period of Lent is very common. Some of the most rigorous fasting practices are seen by Jains during the month of Padyushan. Different faiths, same themes. The outcome: discipline, awareness, sacrifice, gratitude. So, what does fasting really do? Actually, it helps us pause. We notice our cravings. We gain empathy for the hungry. We reclaim control over habit. We remember we are spiritual beings in a physical body. Which brings me back to Wednesday. Since Monday to Saturday is booked by rituals and Sunday is fixed for Netflix and biryani, why not reclaim Wednesday for yourself? So let's call Wednesday as Wellness Day. That's a day where you want to detoxify yourself and build that self control. Give your body a break, move, breathe, hydrate, say no to chaos, say yes to clarity. Because caring for yourself is sacred. So, next time someone asks, "Are you fasting today?" you can say yes, not for guilt, but maybe for your gut, maybe for gratitude, maybe just for peace. And that's more than enough.